At my mom's birthday, everything seemed normal. Then my 10-year-old called me on the phone. Get out now. What happened? I asked. Her voice shook. Get out of the house. I obeyed. It was the last time I ever stepped foot in my parents' home. 3 months later, they were begging me to forgive them. It was just a birthday, a regular middle-of-the-road pastel and paper napkins kind of birthday. My mom had made that fruit tart she always makes when she wants to look low effort but still superior. My dad was telling one of his ghost stories about how hard life used to be. My sister Bianca had brought balloons and was acting like she hadn't spent the morning yelling at her kids. In other words, everything felt normal. The kind of normal you stop noticing when you live inside it. Same smells, same voices, same rhythms, a few laughs, some complaints. My daughter Freya had disappeared off somewhere to play or read. There were cupcakes, cheap wine, background music, no drama, no shouting, no tension I could feel in the air. I wasn't even thinking. I was just existing in it, floating through it, keeping my head down and my mouth shut like I'd trained myself to do. Keep things light. Don't bring up the hard stuff. Smile like you're not tired. Play along. Looking back now, I want to shake myself. How did I not feel it? How did I not notice anything was off? But I didn't. If anything, I thought maybe things were starting to get better, that maybe we'd all settled into some kind of peace. I even caught myself smiling once or twice. And then my phone rang. I pulled it out of my pocket and blinked at the screen. My daughter calling. That was strange. She usually just came and found me if she needed something. I looked around. Didn't see her. Maybe she was upstairs or in the backyard. I answered, "Hey, what's up?" Her voice hit me like a punch. "Get out now." I stopped moving. The room didn't stop, but I did like the air had shifted. "What happened?" I asked. "Just get out of the house, please, right now." Her voice was shaking. She was whispering. She sounded scared. I stood up slowly. My mind went blank, then loud. What's going on? Did someone hurt her? Did she fall? Was someone in the house? I didn't ask anything else. Just walked out the front door. Not a word to anyone. Not a glance at the snack table or my mom's bright smile. Not a check for my shoes. I just moved like my body had taken over, like I was outside of it, watching myself walk. When I stepped out, the air was still warm. The garden smelled like cut grass and cheap perfume. And there she was, standing by the driveway, backpack over one shoulder, her eyes locked on mine. She wasn't crying. She wasn't moving either. For a second, my heart stopped. Actually stopped. Then everything caught up. I rushed over. "What's going on? What happened? Can we go?" She said, "I don't want to talk here. Just get in the car." I looked at her hands, her face, the way she clutched the straps of her bag. She wasn't injured, but she looked hollow. "Did someone yell at you?" I asked. "Did someone say something?" "No," she said. "Not exactly. Just please let's go." I nodded. My voice didn't work. I just turned, unlocked the car, and got in. We drove away in silence. Not fast, not dramatic, just gone. No one saw us leave. Or if they did, no one stopped us. She stared out the window. I kept my hands tight on the wheel. My brain was trying to fill in blanks I didn't have. Did she hear something? Did someone hurt her? Did someone threaten her? Was it one of the other kids? Was it my mom? My dad? Everything was possible. Every idea was worse than the one before. I wanted to ask more. I didn't. We pulled into a parking lot by an old garden center a few blocks away. It was closed. Quiet. I turned off the engine. Just sat there. "Okay," I said finally gently. "We're alone. You can tell me now what happened." She didn't answer. I looked at her. Her hands were in her lap. She was still staring straight ahead. After a moment, she said, "I don't want to go back. Not to Grandma. Not to Grandpa. Not to that house. Not ever again." I felt like the breath had been knocked out of me. Her voice wasn't angry or dramatic. It was flat, honest. The way you say something when you've already made the decision and lived with it in your head for hours before saying it out loud. "I don't understand," I said softly. "I thought everything was fine. What happened?" She just shook her head. "Please don't make me go back." I sat there staring at the steering wheel, trying to make my brain catch up, trying to connect the dots when I hadn't even seen the board. "I won't," I said finally. "I won't take you back there." And that was it. She didn't explain. I didn't push. We just sat in silence. Me wondering how I'd missed whatever she saw. Her quietly trying to hold herself together in the passenger seat. I kept trying to play the date back in my head, replaying everything. Every look, every comment, every missed moment, and I had nothing. That's what scared me the most. I didn't see it coming. I lived in that house. I knew these people. Thought I knew. And she had seen something that made her want to run. And I'd never forget the way she sounded on the phone. Like her life depended on getting out like mine did too. Before any of that though, there was a whole life that led us here. I was the oldest of 2 girls. You'd think that came with authority, leadership, maybe even a little favoritism. Not in my family. In my family, being the eldest meant you were the guinea pig. The let's see what happens if we do this child. When I turned 15 and got a job at the local bakery, my parents clapped like I'd just been. Not because they were proud, because now I could help with the bills. We all contribute in this house, my mom said, waving off my protest when I wanted to buy myself a pair of jeans. By 16, I was handing over half my paycheck and doing weekend shifts no one asked me to take. I told myself it was noble, family-oriented, maybe even mature. Then my sister hit the same age. No job, no pressure, no mention of contributing. She got to sleep in and go to the mall with her friends while I was elbow deep in dish soap and overtime. I asked my mom once gently why that was. She's just not built the same way as you, she said. As if I was a factory model and my sister was a porcelain doll. So, I swallowed it. I didn't want to be petty. I didn't want to make trouble. Besides, I was doing okay. I had plans. I had a future. Or so I thought. I married young, too young probably. But I thought I was happy. My husband Vincent was charming in that low-energy, passive sort of way that makes you think he's easygoing. He wasn't. I worked a lot. I had a good job, better than good. Long hours, good salary, solid reputation. Vincent worked part-time. Said he wanted to spend more time with Freya. Said I was better at the career stuff anyway. And at the time, that worked for me. I didn't question it. I didn't realize how fast imbalance can start to feel like normal. Then things shifted gradually at first. He got short-tempered, withdrawn, snapped more often. His presence started to feel like walking on cracked glass. Nothing broken yet, but you felt it in your steps. And it bled over. Not just with me, with our daughter, too. Not hitting, not bruises, but shouting, slamming, long silences, threats muttered just low enough to deny. The final straw was the bottle. He threw it across the room. Didn't hit anyone. Didn't mean to, he said. But our daughter was in the hallway when it shattered. She flinched so hard she dropped the mug in her hands and something in me cracked. I didn't wait to see what came next. I packed a bag, took my daughter, walked out. I went back to the one place I never thought I'd need again. Home. Except it wasn't really home anymore. My parents took us in technically. But it was clear from the beginning that it came at a cost. By moving back, I gave up my job. There was no way I could keep up that schedule as a single mom. Not with court hearings, trauma therapy, school pickups, and a kid who had started flinching at sudden noises. And in my line of work, part-time options are like unicorns. I settled for something flexible and humiliatingly underpaid. Enough to survive, not enough to live, and definitely not enough to support anyone else, which was a problem because for years I'd been the golden goose. When I was still earning, I'd sent my parents money every month, covered big bills, took care of small ones without the masking. I even paid for their all-inclusive vacation to Portugal 2 summers ago. Now you can watch the second part by pressing share and more.